Everyone, I thought I'd do a garden tour. It is July. Um, the garden's looking really nice. We have all that going, but everything's doing pretty good. There's the puppy up there. So it's July now. We are in zone 5A. Um, and so things are doing really good. I've already collected a whole bunch of peas. I've harvested peas. I've harvested all my garlic. My first time really growing garlic, so I didn't get super big. I was told that I didn't plant it deep enough and some of it froze because I only had about, I don't know, a third of it sprout. But I thought I'd kind of walk you through and show you what I got. So in our first arch, we have some acorn squash here that's blooming. I think, yeah, so far I only have male flowers so far, so no fruits yet. I have cabbages planted. Now, we get cabbage worms, and you'll see some more in my cabbage beds over here. But I was told that I could put nylons over my cabbages to protect them from said cabbage worms. So we are trying that to see if it works. Because these cabbages are doing okay. I could probably need to come in and um, cover these ones. I got that one covered. My red cabbage, a volunteer sunflower. And then I got a celery start from Azure yesterday for my Azure drop. My snapdragons are going okay. They're doing great. I have some. I got these as a gift, a seed. I don't know what that is. This is a pea. It's some sort of flower. It's a blue flower I got. I'm hoping it'll vine up and over. Over here, I harvested all my garlic that was here. And then I got some calendula starts from Azure. They were on sale. So I have some calendula here. I have some Thai basil. My rhubarb was pulling through. I have onions and my zucchini. Now, I'm not a huge zucchini fan, but I like it in some things. So I only have, there's actually 2 plants here. And some more cabbage. Again, still just male flowers. And a whole bunch of pill bugs. Over here in this bed, snapdragons are going good. I have a little calendula plant there, and that one I started from seed, and it's going okay. My tomatoes are doing good. Now, these are all my beefsteak tomatoes. Um, all these big ones were starts I bought from our nursery, and these little ones are actually the ones I started from seed that I thought were going to just give up the ghost. But they're all pulling through. So I'll have a mix of, so I know these little ones are German pinks. Okay, I have 1, 2, maybe 3 German pinks that's pulled through. And the rest are some beefcakes. Beefsteaks? Beefcakes. Beefsteaks. Slicing tomatoes that I got from our local nursery. I've got some carrots along here. Not nearly as many carrots as I seeded, but I'm glad some of them are coming through. Some of them, I think this one is like, oh, that's my hair. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you can see the dark. It's a darker. So I have a multicolor pack. I have a traditional orange carrot, and then I have a dragon carrot in there. That's like purple, which I'm super excited about. Over here, these are my potatoes. They're looking really good. They're starting, the plants are starting to die off, so they'll be ready to harvest here soon, which I am super excited about. There's another calendula plant that I started that's very, very happy, and I'm very excited about. I have, this is a foxglove that I started from seed. That is it's getting ready to bloom. I'm super excited about too. You can see my peas going along the fence, and I'll go around so you can see them on the other side. Volunteer sunflower, that's about to bloom. And I have some nasturtium right there, and I finally have some pumpkins that are sprouting. These are all my pie pumpkins, which I'm super excited about because I love pumpkin pie and pumpkin flavored goodies, not drinks. I don't like pumpkin spice flavored drinks, but I will eat anything pumpkin flavored. My broccoli is doing really good. I've picked lots of broccoli, so I have a whole bunch of the side shoots coming up. Some of these plants I think are almost about done, but then they keep like sending lots of side shoots. And I think there's a whole bunch of cabbage worms on this one. Or on, yeah, you can see the remnants. But my broccoli's doing really good, and it hasn't stopped production, so I'm kind of leaving them be. I've got strawberries. They're doing good. I even have the tiniest of strawberries right there. It's very hard. I don't know. I probably should have picked it because since they're first year strawberries, but another calendula start. So back here I have more cabbages. As you can see, I need to come through and bag these. That one's getting decimated. So I got some of them covered in nylons. I need to come through with more nylons and cover them in hopes to have cabbages. Lots of onions along this row. Some thyme that's starting to go to seed. Don't want that yet. I got some more cabbage starts. They were on sale at Azure. I thought, why not? And these are all flowers and a random cabbage start because I ran out of space. So I have onions and flowers, a mix of different flowers. I have lots of salvia. That's a cone flower, salvia, 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 salvia. They're just really pretty. I honestly don't remember what that is, but it's a pretty pink one. And these are supposed to be Shasta daisies, but I'm not getting anything. My mother-in-law, who planted hers at the same time, we bought them at the same time. She has 3 blooms on hers already. And mine haven't done anything. I have a poppy here that's gonna bloom soon. It's already bloomed. I've gotten a couple blooms. And over here I have a raspberry bush. So this one is doing good. There's a spider. And that one was growing from the bottom and now it looks sad. I've got a blueberry, which I'm shocked even bloomed or even came back because blueberries do not do well in our area. I mean, after I planted it because our soil is too base. Potatoes, corn, a beautiful snapdragon. Look at that baby. Lots of volunteer sunflowers. I'm still debating if I want to pull them. I'll probably pull them as soon as they bloom because I don't want any seeds in here. I do have a couple bean plants. Like there's a bean plant. Here's some beans. And the theory is supposed to vine up the corn, the Three Sisters idea. My corn's not doing great. So I have rosemary. I have a mullein plant there. I'll go around this way in the garden. So potatoes are starting to die off. That means I can harvest soon. And this is all just corn. And I did plant a whole bunch of beans in here, but they just did not. They didn't. I've got some mint. But these are my sweet potatoes, and they are doing good. I'm very excited for my sweet potatoes. And then we have, these are all Amish paste tomatoes. So we got our fence built to support them because they are indeterminate. That means they will just keep growing until they freeze and die. But I have, there we go, I got some flowers here that I'm super excited about. These will be fruit soon. So we're starting. We're starting. I need to clip that one up. So I'll go through here this afternoon or later on and I'll clip up my plants. Yeah. Oh, they're much happier. Now on this side, again, more sunflowers. Oh, you broke. Okay, well, he was just going to get pulled. All right. throw you in the compost bucket. Okay. But in here, I do have beets. My beets are doing good. I'll continue up the same way I was going. So I've got some beets. I planted a calendula. I have beets that are hit or miss. They were sprinkled all in here. Here, these are all autumn frost butternut squash. I'm super excited about that. On this side, I have all my cucumbers. Now on this side, I have baby nut butternut squash. And only 2 of those germinated. And I planted 2 packs of these seeds. Just so you know. So they clearly don't do well in this climate. Because they're from 2 different companies. And there's a single bean plant. Because I reseeded this area with beans. Oh my weeds. But I reseeded this area with beans, and one of those sprouted, which is frustrating to say the least. My beans did not do good this year. Granted, the bean seeds were either old or ones I had saved from last year, so I guess take that. Do with that as you will. Now over here I do have a tomato, but this is not an almond paste. This is definitely a beefsteak type potato, or excuse me, tomato. So yeah, there's that one. I definitely need to come in and clip these. And I need to trim the bottoms so they don't get any things I don't want on them. Over here I have more flowers. I have a couple poppy plants that have done really well. It's hard to see in the video, but I've gotten quite a number of poppies. I also have, these are either cosmos or, now I completely forgot the name of whatever flower seeds I planted. I know they're flower seeds. I have a whole bunch of sprouts coming up. So that should be really pretty. And this is where I grow my grass. I'm growing grass here. Actually, it's not all grass. Some of it is wheat. And it came from the same place as the sunflowers. These are peppers hiding in my grass and my wheat, and some carrots back there hiding also. They're doing okay. The wheat. So the wheat. We got hay from my mom's barn. We got barn scraping. She has goats, and so we scraped out the barns. And the hay she fed last year was wheat hay. So there's definitely some wheat seeds or wheat berries that was mixed in with the hay still, and so it is sprouting. And she feeds sunflowers as treats to her goats. So that's where the wheat and sunflowers came from. I need to weed this bed. My goodness. This, however, is not wheat. This is just the local flora and fauna that I don't want. I will go through and weed this later. I have some marigolds. I did go through and I bought a whole bunch of peppers from the nursery because my peppers were just not pulling through. Like, they're just not happy with life. Here's a better angle of pumpkins. On this side. So on this side we have rutabagas and turnips coming through here. Another calendula. This one I did start from seed. Salvia, marigold. And these are my cucumbers. And my cucumbers are starting to flower and give me fruit. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. Here are my peas. Now my peas are super interesting because I had leftover peas seeds from last year. So these are my last year's seeds. And then this year I got a new kind because I wasn't super pleased. And these ones have done wonderful. I've gotten lots of peas from these guys. I need to clip this one up too. Lots of These are much more prolific and they grow a lot better. Like they're vining up higher, like so much happier with this variety. And that's just kind of what gardening is. You have to find the variety that matches and works in your climate. So this is the garden. I'm going to go over to the orchard now. The area I'm walking through will be next year's. We'll continue adding on next year. Because with gardening, like it's so much fun. You want to plant everything, but then there's a lot of work involved. Like the weeding and the maintaining and the harvesting. And I didn't want to overwhelm myself by doing a huge garden right off the bat. Also, this is a little bit more cost effective. That means we had to buy all those cinder blocks for everything. And my garden is relatively large. It is 30 by 50, I think it is, if I remember correctly. And we are still working on getting our fence up because we do have deer in this area. They haven't discovered my garden yet, but I want them to stay out. So we will get a fence. We will have a, oops, wrong way. We will have a gate here. So I have the gate here that leads into the orchard, which I'm standing in front of. And then we have the gate right there, which is kind of the access to the house. So we'll have those two gates up. We'll keep expanding, but let me show you the orchard. Because they all have to have specific pollination. So, Brayburn, this is a Liberty apple. And I have a calendula here with him. I also have pumpkins. So these are Gerard pumpkins. So they'll be bigger and like a bluishy green kind of color. So I put them, because they're going to be much bigger, I put them in the orchard so they could just vine however they wanted. There was something else. Looks like there's a volunteer sunflower. Again, I thought this one had nasturtium too, but it might have been eaten. This is my Granny Smith apple. I know that one. This one does have some rhubarb we got from a friend. It was being choked out by the clover. So my husband got that all clipped up, and it is happier, if you can imagine. This is happier. It is being eaten by something. And it's not super duper happy, but it is much happier than it was, if you can believe that. Now, this was either a brain burn or a wine sap, and we thought it was dead, which is, so this one's either a brain burn, and that one's a wine sap, I believe. And so we replaced them with those other two, but then they started growing back from the bottom, so they're not dead. Which is why we now have 7 apple trees. So, again, this is happier. These are yarrow that I planted last year that either came back or self-seeded. And they were this beautiful sunset color. There were a whole bunch of different colors. But it seems to have gone through the life cycle. I wonder if I come in and cut off all the blooms if they'll come back. I don't know if the yarrows are cut and come again or not. Another apple tree. I think this one's a Macintosh. This one's either a Macintosh or a Honeycrisp, and then that's the other one. This one had daffodils by it. So this one had daffodils. That one had daffodils. And this one had daffodils. And they're a deterrent because they are toxic to deer and stuff, so they won't eat them, so they'll stay away. But right now I have a little bit of snapdragon right there. And that was one I planted from seed. So that's exciting. And this is our other one. It has some beans and some salvia. I need to do a little bit more with my guilds. And then we do have a elderberry here. It got a little toasty. We had some hot weather, so that burned off. But it's sprout. They send off shoots, so that one's doing okay. We also have lots of windbreak trees that are teeny tiny babies. And we have cranberries. I couldn't remember the name. We have cranberries. So we have 2 cranberries here, and then we have an elderberry, and then a cranberry. You're looking sad. Okay. Elderberry, cranberry, a very happy elderberry, a very sad cranberry. So we have those alternating all down this row and then over here also. So that is our July garden tour. I hope you enjoyed. I am going to go kind of putz in the garden now. You can see how beautiful she is. I'm going to do some weeding. I'm going to clip up those tomato plants. And I'll see you next time. Bye.